Well, hello there, my fellow Prog Noggins. I am Dave. This is Bleeding Edge. Thank you for joining me. Well, I'm continuing this little experiment I've been doing the past couple of weeks, extending it into the third week, which is doing for you what I do for myself on a normal basis, which is head on out to the Prog Magazine Cool Prog Tracks of the Week page that pops up every Friday, showing you what's new, what's out, at least giving you a selection, usually 6 or 7 selections, songs to preview and listen to and then vote on. What I'm going to do is listen to each of them about a minute, minute and a half, give or take, and pick from one of those one I want to do a full song reaction to. A song that maybe I think is best or just intrigues me the most or I find most unusual or interesting. I like to explore new things, as you know, but of course I love to be able to find new music to play and listen to. So we're going to do that this week. I encourage you to do the same. I actually put the link for the exact article for this week on the description. So go find that. Go listen to all the songs yourself. Go vote on them yourself. And hey, give me some feedback, comments, thumbs up at least. Give me something to tell me whether this is something you enjoy and I should continue doing. I hope you do, because it's kind of fun. I kind of enjoy it, although it does indeed get me a lot of copyright claims. So I can probably never monetize these videos if we ever reach the day that I'm getting paid for any of this. So we'll see what happens. But meanwhile, all right, put on the old headphones here. And let's see. There we go. Prog Tracks of the Week. We got 6 of them this week. So let's see what we start off. All right. Well, that's a band name that's going to challenge me. Pothamus? Pothamus? I don't know. German post-rock and prog rock label Pelagic Records. All right, that's who they feature this. Partners for their annual Pelagic Fest. It's a brand new compilation album, the Dungeon Tapes. Unreleased music, cover songs, variety of artists. So, Belgian trio Pothamus, I'm going with. His video, God, they're guys, they're killing me. Haravis 2.2? Let light in? All right, I'm not sure what that is. But they're calling it a beautiful slice of post-rock melded with drone music. This may be challenging for me. You know how I like my melody, but let's see what's going on here with Pothamus, Haravis 2.2. They're killing me. All right, let's just listen to the music. Okay, I get why they might call it, what was it, drone rock? Post-rock, drone music? It does drone. It lives up to the reputation. I don't know if he was singing words. He was drawing the syllables out pretty long, so it might have been wordless vocals, or it might have been Dutch, or it's not the word I'm looking for. Oh my, I'm tired. But yeah, well, I like to leave a little mystery as who I'm going to vote for, but I'll just go on record now. So I go, nope, not for me. It's interesting. I don't know where it's going to go, but if it maintains that pace and that kind of tempo and that kind of drone, It is not for me. So we're going to move on. Let's see who else they have to offer here. So we have Oli Dourdan. Not familiar, but he's apparently the guitarist with the post-rockers Blue Neck, and he's also one quarter of West Country rockers Left Side Brain. Oli Dourdan, I don't know, is back with new music. Okay, since 2023. So this could be interesting here. Let's see what Oli Dourdan has for us. This is called Wildflower. Let's check it out. That's interesting. I don't know about you, but I immediately felt like that guitar throughout most of it, especially in the beginning, was instantly familiar. Instantly had a ring of familiarity to me, and I'm not sure exactly what I'm connecting it to at this particular moment. But that took me by surprise. It definitely felt like, not like I've heard it before exactly, but it definitely fits in with something I heard at some point in time, and I'm not sure what. I feel like it's a little more alt than I would call it prog. Kind of got a definitely a 90s alt rock feel to it. The vocals took me by surprise a little bit. I expected something a little gentler with that gentle guitar. Pretty cool though, not half bad. Uh, Definitely was not exactly what I might have expected. And yeah, I'll spend the rest of the day trying to figure out why it sounds familiar. All right, so moving on. Next, as you might guess, we of course have Neil Morse Band. That one I'm sure is familiar to probably any of you that are watching this at this point in time. Who is more familiar at these days in the world of prog than Neil Morse? And of course, his band, one of the various outfits he plays with. This one getting back together for the first time in a while. New album called Lift, L-I-F-T, depending on how you want to say the acronym, comes out later this week. And this, I believe, is the third track that I recall them releasing from this ahead of the album. Reaching is the name of the song. And I'm curious to see where they go with this. Some of the stuff that's been coming out, it's got a little bit of a more rock edge to it than maybe you're used to hearing on Neil Morse's projects. But it varies from song to song and album to album, really. And so let's check this out. Neil Morse Band, Reaching, from the upcoming album Lift, out later this week.
I'm reaching for more than I am. You've seen what I've done with my life. Change my heart if you can. Oh, Father of the earth and the sky, I feel like I've wasted my life. I don't even know why. I just want to feel light beyond zeal, life beyond real.
All right, I don't usually interrupt in the middle of these very brief ones, but wow, those vocals were impressive. Honestly, I felt like I was hearing at least four, if not a full five-part harmony. And then towards the end, I don't know, they may have added additional singers. I don't recall top of my head how many of these guys sing. I know Neil does, Eric does, Bill Hubauer does. Portnoy's been known to do some vocals. I don't know if I heard him in there. I might have. He's one of the lower voices typically. I don't know if Randy sings as well or not. Top of my head, I probably should remember. I've only spoken to the man before. I should know these things. Top of my head, but it's not all five of them. It's got people even added in there, and maybe even added in addition to the five of them. But that was impressive, and shades of the Beach Boys in there a little bit too, especially really cool stuff on there. Of course, they took up 44 seconds out of the usual minute and a half, I guess, song. So we'll see how much is left in addition to that. But what a display of vocal prowess.
Darkness reaches for my heart, the winter now applied. No way out, just hunker down and accept the shadow life. Painted scenes bring on extremes, so crazy I never knew. Ecstasies and desperate needs left no way back to you. So I'm reaching for more than I am. You've seen what I've done with my life, change my heart if you can.
All right, I let that go a good bit longer than we usually do, but I think with so much of the opening taken up with that a cappella vocals, I wanted to see what the song was going there, see if we reached something that seemed like a chorus, and we did. We did get there. Well, this is an energetic rocker, very much in line with like Hurt People, and seems to be the trend for this album here as well. And everybody here doing what everybody does in the Neil Morse band. Portnoy's kicking ass on drums. Everybody's putting in their little bit. We got some nice bass work from Randy George. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. And it's not completely outside of the wheelhouse you hear from Neil Morse and his various projects. Very much in line with that. Of course, probably is a very good chance he's a primary writer on that song, if not the sole writer. He typically tends to be in their stuff. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Sounds like Lift is shaping up to be a rather solid album. Certainly, is when does Neil really make a bad album? And Neil and his company. I hate to say Neil, the band's got his name on it. It's not necessarily, I think, just another solo project. And I certainly don't wish to minimize the contributions of the rest of the guys with Eric Gillette, Randy George, Bill Hubauer, Mike Portnoy. I am noticing the interesting fashion choice that everybody is wearing sunglasses. What about that? All right, moving on. I Built the Sky, the start of something beautiful, snapshots from a dream. Australian instrumental proggers, it says here. Interesting to note, I've actually heard this full song before. Actually, quite some time ago, before it, I guess, came out on the 20th. Rohan at the band had reached out to me, Ro Stevenson, had sent a clip of it to me to preview and get my claws into a little bit, my teeth into. And I know what I think of it, but I'm going to make sure I play it for you folks as well. So you at least get to hear a portion of it, just as we would normally. But I will say, this is not me going fresh into the song, never having heard it before. Little preview note there. Oh, seems to be kind of two pieces. And we're not counting this towards the minute and a half, just to be clear, in case anybody's wondering. So there's a taste of that. It's actually quite a long track. It's about, not including that little intro, 9.5 minutes. As you can see, it starts off with some nice solo guitar stuff going on with a little bit of strings, some nice counter strumming. That's not a word, I'm making it up, but that's what I'm going to kind of come up with. And doing some cool stuff there. And it seems like it's going to be kind of low key. And next thing, boom, it gets very big and bombastic and a bit metally. If you are a fan of bands like Arch Echo and Intervals, you're going to find a lot to like here with this one. So it's too long for me to do a full reaction to, and I've already heard it, so it's kind of hard to actually do a reaction. I actually struggle a little bit doing reactions just to instrumentals at times because I've got no lyrics or anything like that to cleave onto. But it depends on the instrumental, depending on what's happening here. But good, solid stuff from them here. So again, if you like what you heard so far, hear the rest of it. It gets better. It gets even better. So, all right, moving on. Next band, Wildernesses. Wildernesses, not just one wilderness, plural wilderness. Summertime 1917. I feel, is this about World War I? I don't know. Based it on a poem I wrote the year after my mom died. All right. Are you that old? Actually does tell the story of two male soldiers in World War I. Gotcha. Seen through the eyes of a modern narrator. Excellent. Perfect. Picked it up. All right. So definitely referencing World War I. So let's dig into it. Wildernesses, Summertime 1917. I kind of dig that. That again, probably again fits a little more alt. Actually, if it reminds me of anything, it reminds me of like the expansive, atmospheric, wide vista kind of sound that you get from like Lord Huron, which I like a lot actually. Um, yeah, dug that. That's kind of cool, and it definitely. For a moment there, I went, yeah, it's definitely got some sort of martial drumming going on. I went, it's about World War I, Dave. That kind of explains it. So, yeah, all right. Pretty cool stuff there as well. But definitely, I don't know, maybe almost fits more Americana than it does Prog. I guess it depends on what the rest of their songs sound like. But like I said, it puts me in mind of Lord Huron a little bit. And moving on, a band I've seen and heard before. Worried About Satan, all one word, because why have spaces? The dream is over. These folks are from Yorkshire. Hey, Yorkshire guys, I was just there. Love York, beautiful area. And let's see. Pretty good track record. I guess they did win recently on the Prog Tracks of the Week. And Undulating Electronic Prog, upcoming 20th album, No Knock, No Doorbell. I guess actually technically what Worried About Satan is one dude, Gavin Miller, all by himself. Hey, Gavin, how you doing, buddy? Next time I'm in town, I'll buy you a pint. So, all right, let's check this out. Worried About Satan, The Dream is Over. Wonder who those people are. They never make it to that building, do they? They're in an eternal time loop. The video is going to make me insane. I don't know what's happening, why they won't let them walk all the way to the castle or whatever it is, but it's making me nutty. All right, anyway, um, similar in style, the video and the music, though. The music is kind of almost on a loop of what's going on, where they kind of gradually add and subtract elements here and there, or mostly add, throw some things in briefly, and then they disappear. I want to see what else is going on in the song later on. Okay, that is interesting. I'll tell you what, the video at least finally changes something a little bit. I almost regret watching the darn thing. I should just listen to it. All right, so here we are. I've got to pick now something to do a full reaction to. We've already eliminated I Built the Sky and the start of something beautiful because one, I've already heard it before. I can't really do a general on the spot reaction. And it's also a bit long for this purpose. And that leaves us with, I've already eliminated Pothamus because not doing it. That leaves me Oli Durden, Wildflower, Neil Morse Band, Reaching, Wildernesses, 1917, and yeah, Worried About Satan, The Dream is Over. I am down to two, and I need to pick one, and I shouldn't take forever deciding. And it's basically going with the more familiar or going with the more unfamiliar. As always, I'm going to go with the unfamiliar, which means I will probably be voting against the rest. Who's that going to be? Well, let's see. Drum roll. Boom. Wilderness it is. And as usual, I am close to the bottom. Neil Morse Band, clearly taking most of them. That was maybe the other one I was going to pick, but I have other plans for Neil Morse Band, and I don't know that I want to do a reaction for them at this particular moment. And I decided to explore something I did not know as well. So Wilderness is 1917. We'll scroll back to that. And here we go. That's it, right? Yeah, we start over again. Let's restart the song. Interesting, because as a song, it tends to leave a lot of tension in the air. It tends to leave the notes hanging a little bit. There's never a sense for me of resolution, of resting. It's kind of a constant tension that keeps you moving forward, leaves you slightly unsettled, but still melodic. Now, instead of talking over this time, what I like's happening now, if you listen to it a bit, there's a few little extra flourishes, fills, whatever you want to call them, on the drums that are happening that adds a little bit of spice to it, but is not big enough to draw a lot of attention to itself. What I'm enjoying right now is the bass line and the little touches, the little, I don't know, probably bends or whatever is happening with the bass that's adding a little more to it. And I feel like at this point, especially in the second verse, the guitars are kind of doing the thing that they've been doing, and the bass is now sort of stepping forward and carrying the song a little bit more. I like that.
test. Riding the groove, shaking the dial. You had it right, lessons I've learned before. I could call it something else. The passage of time, history looming, the back end of May when the blossom was falling and you stood from the present tense. Riding the groove, shaking the dial. You had it right.
I dig that midsection a bit. A lot of, at least to my ear, playing with textures and mostly kind of, again, there's a sense of suspension that's going on in the way the music is being played. There's not what I would call lots of resolution. Uh, and again, I like that. It makes the song feel like it's still going somewhere, even when it's really down to a crawl. And then it's mostly just the guitar. But I like the tone in the guitar. And I like the little touches that are being thrown. Again, don't know if they're bends, don't know if they're sliding a little bit or something, but uh, the note extending and changing from one note to another in a smooth flow. There's a word for that, I'm sure. I don't know it. I'm a drummer at best, but I like what they're doing, a slide maybe kind of thing. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's another one I think that would pair well with a band like Haunt the Woods. They get a little bit heavier sometimes in their choruses, where this one is a little bit more restraint. But I could see, I wonder if these guys do other stuff like that in the rest of the album.
Feelings I've learned before. I could call it something else. And now I think about how it must have been.
Even interesting in some way that the note, the final note of the song almost doesn't end in resolution. Interesting. It sort of feels like it's still more of a, I'm forgetting some of my terms right here. I know some of this stuff, but I can't think of what I'm looking for a note that doesn't feel like it resolves. Minor note, minor chord, probably that. But it's definitely an interesting composition. I dig it. It's very atmospheric, very expansive. You got a lot of reverb going on there, almost echo a little bit, makes it feel very big and echoey. And again, puts me in mind of Lord Huron, puts me in mind a little bit of Haunt the Woods, rather different bands, but maybe this is the space in between them where these guys reside, and they could probably, on a different song, lean more one direction or the other. So yeah, I dig it. I enjoyed that. It's hard to say if I definitely think they would represent progressive rock at this moment. But it kind of depends, because there's that play with textures and things like that. There's little bits and things going on here and there that you don't immediately notice, but add a little spice to the song, and I don't have words to describe them. But just little bits in the way they play the instruments and the way they hit the notes, not just the notes themselves. So somewhere along the line, somebody out there knows how to describe this better than I'm doing. Probably a musician or a writer or both. Ian, rhyme signatures. Where you at, dude? I know, have the words for this that I don't have. You've got all the words. So anyway, all right. So there we go. I'm curious. How did you vote? What would you have gone for? What song do you wish I had done a full reaction to? What song do you think was the best one on there? I imagine those of you watching may have gone back and watched all the videos. I hope you did. Prog Magazine hopes you do. The artists hope you do. So go check out the rest of them. See what you think. Do your voting. Support the band you like best. Meanwhile, that's all I've got for you. Leave your comments. do a subscribe if you wouldn't mind. I'm going to get out of here. Hang loose, never fear to deviate from the norm, and as always, keep it proggy.